Yes, it's the Date Master, and we're back again with another banger. Oh, yes, we have another banger here. Once you go down this rabbit hole, there's no coming back. What I want to discuss today is the destructive culture that we have embraced and that we participate in directly and indirectly. There's certain things in life, certain avenues that people take, and once they go down this route, they cannot come out of. They cannot turn back. Once you choose a certain lifestyle, it's certain ramifications that come with that decision that will affect you, and not just only you. In some cases, it can impact your family and your loved ones. But we don't think about this in the moment because we're chasing the dope. This is where you get the term dope fiend. You're a dope head. Dope is short for dopamine. Well, Chris, what's dopamine? Well, dopamine is the hormone that is released when a certain pleasure, pain, sense of adrenaline is released when a certain experience or behavior takes place, such as sex, getting high, drinking, this is retail therapy. You have this thing called retail therapy, to where women and men purchase things that they feel will give them a certain level of validation, because they cannot purchase them without showing the world what they've purchased. You notice that? When people buy a new house, it has to go to Facebook. When people get married, he can't even get up off of his, when people get engaged, he's still getting up off of his knees and it's already on Facebook. You see? So once you choose certain avenues, such as if you want to be a trapper, you want to be a goon, once you go down this path, you don't know what's at the end of it. But people have this, and I used to have this mindset myself. I must admit, I used to think it can't be me. It can't be me with the fucked up family. It can't be me that's going to fail. It can't be me that has to go back home and rebuild. It can't be me. But then life shows you that it can absolutely be you. See, on the internet, it is the perfect dressing room. This is why I don't really, I've grown to hate social media, because it's not honest, it's not genuine, it's a highlight reel. And people let social media impact them in the way they move, the way they think, based upon the content. When they're looking at their peers seemingly level up, get in new relationships, create children, etc., they compare their own lives to the lives of their peers, not knowing what their peers had to do to achieve these things or get these outcomes. This is why celebrity consumption is so high right now. People are using celebrity lifestyle as the barometer of success. They're using celebrity experiences as a way to validate their own. So if they see the rappers talking about sliding and ops and shooting and this and that, you know how many videos I see now with kids running up on other people shooting, running into people's houses shooting. Well, let's go look at the music that they listen to. Let's go look at the Little Durks and so forth. And again, I'm not going to make this video about the rappers, but this is an example. You see the Instagram. Man, the amount of naked women that I see on Instagram now is astounding. I never thought I would see anything like this. It is astounding. And the fact that Instagram even allows it is baffling, because children on Instagram. There are children on Instagram, and these women are damn near butt naked to the where you can see the inner lining of their ass, and they have no shame about it. They have no shame about it. You have boys on here with guns, men on here with guns, shooting, thinking that they're just like Pooh Shiesty. You see? It's the dopamine. If I look and mimic the behavior of a celebrity, then the people around me is going to treat me in such a way, when that's not the case. So once you choose a certain path, whether you want to sell dope, whether you want to hustle, you must know what comes with that. This is why again, I did a video about snitch culture. Why do you think snitch culture exists? Snitching is basically an emergency button to get out of a lifestyle that I chose to participate in, to get out of a situation that I chose to put myself in. That's where snitching comes from. I want to save my own ass, so I'm going to tell on the guys that I did this crime with, that I made all of this money with, that I got all of this protection from. I'm going to turn on them because now the situation has went left. Now the situation has went left. So you want to save your own ass and turn your back on the ones who, gave you that persona that you run with. You have women discussing openly how they want multiple men to sex them at the same time. And that's nothing more than chasing dopamine. You have this whole body count situation, and I'm looking at the comments, and women are trying to equate a man's body count to a woman's body count, thinking that they're physically the same. This is what the media has perpetuated. They wanted women to think this. They wanted women to get to this point, especially, and I always put emphasis on the black community because we get it the worst. So people say, well, why are you always talking negative? Okay. And I have a great scenario. If I have a hospital emergency room, I have 100 people in here with he got a knot, he got a sprained ankle, but I got 4 in here with gunshot wounds to the head. Does my attention go to the ones with the sprained ankles, the 50 with the knot on their head, or the 4 with the gunshot wound to the face? Where should my attention go to in this emergency room? Common sense is not common anymore. We have a lot of backwards thinking. And I'll get into a video with the body count on another day. But this is about choices. You look at Tory Lanez. You look at so many people who basically show you what is to come if you try to follow my lead. This is why everybody is not a leader. I would say as a parent, and I'm not a parent at the moment, but I do want to instill thinking, self-thought, and independent thinking. See, the programming did not take with me with my family. The Most High said, no, I got something else for you. The programming didn't take, because I would have went down a certain path of mediocrity and bitterness if the program was to take. We have too many people following the blind. We want to mimic false idols because of the validation and the attention that these false idols get. You look at the TikToks, you look at the Instagram. Do you know I can pull up 68 videos right now of women. It's going to be the same song, the same walk, the same look, the same exact caption. Do you not find that alarming? Do you not find that alarming? Same situation. There was a story that came out this morning of a boy killing the stepdad of I guess stepdad or the mother's boyfriend, something of that nature, because he was beating on her. Now here you have a woman who chose this man. You have a woman who chose this man that would kick her ass, and her son had to throw his life away to save his mother because she chose a man that would kick her ass. You see? You see this? This takes place every day, particularly in the black community. Because, son, I don't need you to be my husband anymore. I got one, but he's going to kick my ass, so I need you to shoot him. Chasing dope. Chasing dopamine. If you don't have any self-control, a good friend of my Facebook, one of my guys, his lady made a post about sensory overload. You come across so many things on social media that triggers all of your senses, all of your emotions, that you need to get away from it. In some cases, I'm going to put my phone down and walk away from it for a few hours, because you're going to look at things that are sad, some things that make you laugh, some things make you happy, some things that make you angry. Women, cars, shoes, jewelry, houses. You're looking at all of these things simultaneously, back to back to back to back. So you go into an environment and you see people just scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Dope, dope. Trying to feed that dopamine, trying to see, how can I look like this? Okay, I like that. I'm going to get that. I'm going to look like that. Once you go down a certain path, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, there is no turning back. This is why accountability is such a taboo subject, because we don't want to be held accountable for our own actions. If you get into a bad situation, in a lot of cases, especially in, I label it the situation as far as if we have a relationship and it's 3 to 4 months in, anything that comes negative from that, I wouldn't even push it out to 3 months. Anything over 2 days, because it's a repetitive decision to go back to this person or thing to get whatever you get from that person or thing. If you make that choice, then 50% of whatever outcome is on you. Because one, we have to ask, well, what interests you into engaging this in the first place? Two, how were you not able to determine that this outcome would happen or would not happen? You see, you're chasing this dope. Social media has ruined and poisoned the minds of our upcoming generation. What do you think society is going to look like when you see the mindsets? These kids are not. Have you seen the videos of students posting what happens in school, the food that they're eating, the teachers? Have you actually looked into this? And what people do is feed their children to the beast, hoping that the beast is lenient on their children. I hope this school teach my son that something that I don't feel like teaching them, because I want to go and watch. I want to go and look at ass and drink bills and with the homeboys at 50 years old, at 45 years old. I still want to go out. I need a break. No, the fuck you don't. You didn't need a break when you was making the baby. Why you need a break now? Once you go down a certain path, all it takes is one bad day and it will ruin your life. Be aware of what you consume and why you consume it, who you allow in your space, who you engage with, because if you're not getting smarter, you're getting dumber. See, we have this crazy thing that we're just going to stay the same, and yeah, I'm going to do the same destructive shit, but it's not going to affect me. You're either getting smarter, wiser, or dumber and more naive. You're not staying the same. You're not. But you guys let me know what you think about this video. I know this was a little different than my usual content, but again, we have to touch all layers. We have to think deeper. We have to go deeper than what we have accepted up until this point. We have all of this talk about dating, and all that conversation has grown old, because people are trying to figure out why our families are torn apart. People are trying to figure out why my relationships are not working. Okay, that's understandable, but you have to understand yourself and how the basics of biology, physiology, people. You need to read and understand yourself and those around you before you get into relationships. Before you pursue certain things, you need to have a firm understanding of those things in which you pursue and desire. But I digress. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video. It's the Date Master.